What up, what up? Welcome back to a very special third episode of Bug Vision. I'm going to hit you guys with 2 episodes this week. So later in the week, I'm going to be hitting you guys with a review of Late Night with the Devil because I finally got around to watching that movie. But I feel like it would be a disservice to the 3 listeners that I have if I didn't talk about the first presidential debate. I wanted to wait a few days before I gave my thoughts on the events that unfolded because I wanted to see what the aftermath was, what the fallout was going to be from the absolutely terrible performance we saw from both candidates. So in the true spirit of being a guy with glasses giving political analysis that no one asked for, here it is. My analysis of the first presidential debate. So starting it off with the star of the show, we have Mr. Joe Biden, who in a bid to capitalize on Trump's recent felony convictions, agreed and pushed for the earliest presidential debate in modern U.S. history, hoping to appease voters who had questions about his age and ability to run. Well, rest assured, he definitely didn't fucking do that. In the first 10 minutes of the debate, it became very apparent that Mr. Biden had an affinity for staring off into the distance with his mouth fully agape as his opponent spoke, leading DNC staffers and the press into an absolute blitz. Whether it was his fumbling of words which led him to say that they'd killed Medicare, or his weird drawn-out inclusions of mentions of incestual rape, the night was full of mega old man moments. I sat down with my wife and watched the full debate, and the amount of times that when Biden spoke, we were both kind of cringing and covering our faces with pillows was palpable. I feel like someone of a more rational age could still go up and debate on a full sheet of Valium and not have the handicap that Mr. Biden seemingly had during the debate. You keep hearing all these talking points about how this is the most important election of all time and there's so much at stake. And you're just kind of left with the feeling that none of that is really that honest or they don't really give a shit about it. Because if they did, they wouldn't have wheeled out a fucking corpse. I mean, he looked fucking dead the majority of the time he was up there. I also have to make mention of Donald Trump's fucking insane claim that in democratic cities they are doing post-birth abortions. Like the baby's born and then they load it into a catapult and shoot it off somewhere or something. And then, of course, there was the insane argument between the two about their golf handicap, which was just a brilliant highlight in a field of fucking dog shit. I got pretty stoned watching this, and I thought for the first half that it was like an absolutely fucking hilarious skit. But, in the latter half, when things started to calm down in my brain, I realized how fucking terrifying this was and how scary the implications of what happened were. One of the other notable things from the debate was the limited line of questioning about the U.S.'s involvement in Israel's active genocide in Gaza. The responses given to the one question were just both very incoherent. But Trump did call Biden a bad Palestinian. So after the debate had ended, I tried to smoke enough weed to put myself in Biden's shoes to kind of get the perspective of a dementia-ridden old man. And that really didn't do me any favors. It didn't really change how fucking bad and scary it was. So basically, if I had to surmise the whole debate, it was a culmination of Trump hitting his age-old talking points about how people from specifically mental asylums are jumping the border and committing every crime known to man. And on the opposing side, you had Biden basically just doing a Kubrick stare with his mouth fully open at the ground and just uttering incoherent sentences. But now that we've got a basic little highlight of some of my favorite moments from the debate, I did want to look at what's happened in the following days. I think that what's happened in the days following is arguably more funny and deranged than what actually happened during the debate. So obviously, as you'd expect, every White House press briefing, the question on everyone's mind that keeps getting asked is Biden going to step down? You can't really glaze over the fact that we are dealing with a man that can't even talk properly anymore. And the question kind of keeps getting dodged. Absolute favorite fucking rebuttal that we heard from one of the White House press secretaries was the mentioning of Biden's recent visit to a Waffle House as a way to dismiss rumors of his age, where he basically just walked in and dapped a bunch of people up and then said some shit. The Biden family has taken some time at Camp David to meet and discuss options, And from the sounds of it, it doesn't sound like Biden is going to step down. In fact, it sounds like he's doubling up his absolute age-ridden dementia status because he's now started inviting Hunter Biden to a lot of the official presidency meetings. A lot of people are really upset about Hunter's involvement in a lot of these White House press meetings because it kind of gives validation and credit to a lot of right-wing conspiracies about his level of involvement in the White House. But I, for one, think it's a great thing. If there's anyone that knows how to make you a little bit more awake and with it, it's Hunter. So I think you should be reaching out to him more for a little bit of assistance and help. Look, this is probably where I'm going to close it out. But I do think that it's absolutely fucking insane that in a country that has a population of like 300 plus million people, that the best options people get are an 81-year-old dementia-ridden man who likes genocide, or a slightly younger man that's 15 times more racist and also likes genocide. It all just kind of seems so fucking null and void, and kind of like a fucking joke, because I think that's what it is. It's a fucking joke. But anyway, as I said, later in the week, I've got a review of Late Night with the Devil coming out, so stay tuned if you want to listen to that. But apart from that, I hope you guys have a great night, and thank you for listening.